Energy in the building, the memory in the feeling. Connecting with my mother who do anything for her children. Not a single game play. They was chanting your name. You sit up and you wave like damn.
It's the Rockwell podcast. It does not matter what episode it is. It's going to be a stream of consciousness podcast. I just got a lot to say. And ironically, we're planning these stream of consciousness anyways. But the world was hit with a huge tragedy this Sunday. And, you know, I'm from LA. And yeah, this one is tough. This one's going to linger a long time. And I just want to just touch up on a few subjects. I don't want to, talk too long about it. I just want to let people know how it affects me, and let other people know who may be feeling weird that like somebody you don't even know personally passed away and you're hurt like this. It's okay. It's okay to be hurt when your heroes die. It's okay. That's why they're heroes. That's why they are who they are. They've impacted so many lives. And recipes to Kobe Bryant and Gianna Bryant, Gigi. And our thoughts and prayers are with all the families that were on that helicopter on that Sunday. It was shocking news, and I know everybody, when they heard it, when they read it, they didn't want to believe it. And it's still, it's even harder to, it's not, this is 3 days later, it's still hard to believe. But we're going to move on like Kobe would want us to move on. But today's episode is especially dedicated to Kobe Bryant, the Black Mamba, the LA legend, our hero, Kobe Bryant, man. All right, let's get it started. I just want to speak personally about how this man has affected my life and a lot of people I know's life, just because I'm from LA in a certain era where it was Kobe. He was everything to us. He was the one that the stars, we're from LA, I think the Hollywood stars would look up to him. But the thing that affected me personally is the way he brought our families together. I'm from a neighborhood full of a lot of immigrants. My black friends were immigrants too. Their parents were from Nigeria. My Asian friends, parents from Korea, Taiwan, China, everything. And the one thing that bonded us together was the Lakers in this era. And if not the Lakers, more than anything was Kobe Bryant. He started with us. He was everything to us. And we're coming off the end of Michael Jordan at that time. And a lot of our parents, they don't know how to bond with their kids because they're immigrants, but they're able to watch basketball. They're able to follow it just to bond with us. I'm talking to so many friends, and they all say the same thing. Like, when we go through our trials and tribulations as well, and it's like when families were breaking up, that would be their solitude. When the Laker game comes on, ain't no other problem. We're just watching Laker. We're enjoying being able to watch Kobe Bryant every single night. We had K-Cal. I used to go to my cousin's house who had cable at the time and watch the home games on Fox Sports Net. And that was at a time where you can't just stream a game and shit like that. I was a kid. I was a little kid. My big bro told me about Kobe Bryant. We used to buy basketball cards. And he was like, man, you got to buy these rookie cards. You got to buy these. This is my allowance and shit. I was like, who is this? Like, who is this guy? My big bro, he knows about basketball at the time. He was 5 years older than me. And he told me, Kobe Bryant. We watched that first game, that preseason game when Shaq and Kobe first came for the first time to play for the Lakers. It was in Hawaii. The game was on KCAL 9. I remember this vividly, like it was yesterday. And it was a school night. And my mom was like, yo, like, you guys can watch the Laker game. It's all good. Just make sure you wake up for school. We weren't missing school the next day. But she let us stay up till 4, and she's chilled with us. She made us food. It was a bonding-ass experience. Like, those kind of nights are rare. And then Kobe was there, and they were chanting. Kobe was hurt. His wrist was sprained. They were chanting his name, Kobe, 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 from the jump. Literally from the jump. So it's crazy that they still chant it like that. But at that point in time, he stood up. He was hurt. He waved to the audience. And the rest is history from there. Like, he knew who he was. He knew that he was a star. Yeah, and another personal story I have with Kobe is that, man, we went to a game with our family and shit, bro. They were losing at halftime. And I was diehard, like Kobe's stan at this point. I run over to the end, to the tunnel where they're going to halftime. They're losing by like 20. And he's the last one to go in. Obviously, he has to do an interview and shit. I'm like, Kobe! 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 I'm yelling at the top of my lungs. This dude does not want to shake my hand. He does not. But me using my mama mentality, I was like, Kobe! I need this handshake. Bang. That changed my life too. I was like 8 years old, 9 years old. Bang. Last second he put it out. I was like, oh, maybe I am somebody. Maybe that was universal. Maybe he felt something. Maybe he liked my intensity and shit. That's how I felt, man. That was crazy. Being that kind of magnitude of a star comes with a lot of pressure. It's not no Leonardo DiCaprio, no offense. It ain't even Robert Downey or Robert De Niro, any of these guys that you guys love and we all love, you know? This one is just fucking different. It's different, okay? This guy is he didn't inspire only on the court, he inspired off the court. His mentality, when I'm on the treadmill, when I'm running, I'm thinking, man, Kobe made free throws with a broken Achilles. I'm going to go hard. I'm going to go hard. And even that's what he would want us to do now. And it's really hard for us to even wrap our minds around this superb tragedy. I know for me, when it comes to national or like public tragedy, this is the biggest one to me. And I'm not comparing it to any other ones. Like, there's no comparison. Tragedies are tragedies, bro. People get killed. It's a tragedy. But this one hurts, okay? Yeah, so I'm going to gather my thoughts. So what I'm trying to say is, let me hit this shit, man. This one's going to be tough. This one's going to be tough. Yeah, so like I was saying with our families, this one is a tough one because especially from an immigrant family, they come over to this country. We're kids, you know, and we grew up here. We're born here, but they don't know how to relate to you. So they'll pick and choose, you know, like you got to find a way to relate to your kids, especially when you're from an immigrant family. And we chose the Lakers, bro. This is LA. I'm from Cerritos, California, and everybody in Cerritos love the Lakers. We love the Lakers. At school, Lakers jerseys. And when we're fucking little kids, little toddlers. And it was Kobe, Kobe, Kobe from the jump. We didn't care if he averaged 7 points that rookie season. This guy it was a different era. If a rookie averaged 7 points nowadays, we'll judge them. But we knew Kobe was great. We just knew this team and the coach, they didn't want him to play for some reason. They were trying to develop him. But we're all, as much as we love Shaq, and we love Shaq, we really love Shaq, and we were grateful he joined us. We were looking forward to see Kobe. This is a young kid. And so as that time went on, we bonded. We saw the game winners. We saw the first 3 championships, the clutch shots when he won his first championship at 21 and 22, 23. We saw him evolve with the fro. We saw him this is the last time I'm going to touch on this, and it's the only time I'll touch on this. We saw the tribulations with the trial and the charges, and we were rooting for him then. We were hoping it wasn't true. We found out it is not true. If you really investigate the fucking case, all y'all out there saying, oh, this and that about that, when this man just passed away, you guys will realize if you do your fucking due diligence, look at the fucking case. And I'm chill off that because Kobe wouldn't want me to be mad about that. Kobe wouldn't care if you guys said that shit. So hate all you want. We love Kobe. We love Kobe. Then we seen him go through his trials and tribulations where he wanted to leave the Lakers and the Lakers is everything in LA. Let's make that clear. So if you guys don't understand, everybody in LA understands, and the world understands, China, everywhere. So just feel me on this. You know, he was everything in LA, and we saw us losing for a few years. We're like, this is Kobe's prime. I remember, and so this is 06, okay? I'm gonna tell you this. This is the crazy story of my life. In 2006, I went to Whitney High School in Cerritos, California. It's a magnet school. It's the #1 school in the country. Tim hates it when I mention that, but I gotta say it. It's the #1 public high school in the country, academically wise. So, all right. So I went there my senior year. I get kicked out of school for like bullshit, for cheating. It's like bullshit, you know. But I got to come back 3 months later, but I had to go to like the worst school in the district. So going from the best school to the worst school is like a mind fuck. You know, and everybody's mad at me. Friends disappointed me. Everybody disappointed. My family, my brother, everybody mad. But my mom got me tickets because she got free tickets to the Raptors game in January of 2006, okay? What game is that? Y'all know what game I'm fucking talking about. And she got the best seats we can ever possibly get. That guy, her boss who gave her the tickets, he kicks himself today. He's so mad he didn't go to that game. He thought it was going to be a boring game. Lakers suck. It's the Raptors. The Raptors suck. It was going to be a boring game to him. But I knew it was like Kobe. We watched the first half. He scores 26 points. I'm like, oh shit, it's going to be a big-ass game. It's one of the few Laker games I went to at that time. I went to a lot since then. And I love the Lakers. I love going there. But that was one of the first games. And I'm like, I texted my brother. I'm like, yo, you should have came to this game, like, because he didn't want to go either. And I was like, Kobe just scored 26 in the first half. And then we're like, damn, it's going to be a big game. Guess what happened the second half? 55. Yes. What's that equal? Do the math. That equals 81. That equals 81 points. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? This is before social media. This is before iPhones. So I was taking pictures with I'll put the pictures up maybe at the end of this. I'll add these pictures. These are pictures on a fucking digital camera. And I just found them, ironically, like a month. I was asking my mom for them. Like, you got to find those pictures. This is a month ago. Just because I know how big that game was. Got the ticket stubs. But I was crying. I was very young. And I was crying. I was like, this guy just scored 81 points. This is like, what I'm seeing real is what I'm seeing real. And that just seems to be the theme of this man's life. Is what I'm seeing real. Because right now I feel the same way. Is what I'm seeing real? When I first heard the news of this tragic accident, I said, what? What? To myself. I didn't read it online. Somebody told me. And then I was like, nah, it's a hoax. And then I went and then I looked and I saw it's true. And I was like, what? What? Walking around my apartment just in a circle. What? Nah, what? Even right now, it's like, no, I can't. It can't be. And it's going to take, this is going to be one of those lingering ones that's going to be hard for all of us to ever accept, you know? And this is the part that hurts me the most about it when I heard it. The first thing I thought was, damn, was his daughter on there? Because we know that whoever plays basketball when you're young, your weekends are filled with basketball. So while I was on a helicopter, his daughter probably had a game. That's the first thing that came to my mind. But all the news reports would be like, okay, Vanessa's safe. But they wouldn't mention the daughter or any of the daughters for that matter. So your mind is running wild. I'm sure all y'all minds were running wild. And then when you find out it's his daughter, who we've recently just been seeing at courtside at every game, and it's just so adorable and so inspiring. Like, I have a niece. Shout out to my niece. And I'm going to be a father one day. Not yet, right now, and it's just inspiring. That was more inspiring than his fucking games. Because to see how good of a father he was, this man got to retire young. And we got to see him as a father and happy, really at peace. Like, just doing his fucking thing. Doing the damn shit, bro. And to see them at courtside, you see him giving advice. And you see her paying attention, but she's also like, that daughter's like, okay, dad. You can see that in her eyes, but she's smiling. She was a happy kid. And that's kudos to Vanessa. Everybody shitting on Vanessa forever. They were hating on her for no reason, you know, but she was loyal. She loves her kids. She loves her husband. She loves her family. And that's an undeniable fact. And just the pain that she must be going through is like prayers to her. And so I think about, I've watched, you know, like, you always just wonder about these tragedies and like, what if they saw it coming, if they knew that, you know, they're gonna hit that hill, if they were panicking what they were saying to each other. I thought, you know, like, I think like probably in the beginning of their flight, knowing Kobe is thinking, going over the game plan of the game, you know, talking to his daughter about strategy, and I just fear What must have been going through their mind? Were they hugging each other? Were they hugging each other? Was he calming her down? Was he having to tell her it's gonna be okay, knowing it's not, because he wants to ease her pain at that time? We don't know, but that's the part that really kills me, is that part of the tragedy. That's his daughter who had big dreams. We all know the interviews. Everybody's talked about it already. So I'm just speaking about it from my point of view. We all seen, we just seen him at every game with his daughter, and he was hell-bent, and she was hell-bent on being a superstar, going to UConn, being in the WNBA. He was wearing WNBA hoodies. Only Kobe made that cool. You know, if it was, I wanted to get me a WNBA hoodie after that shit. Bro, Kobe made that shit cool that day. I was like, yo, the color scheme is weird, but it's Kobe. He making this shit cool, wearing a WNBA hoodie with the Phillies beanie, the green Phillies beanie. I'm like, damn, Kobe can only make these colors and all this shit. That's Kobe, bro. Kobe can do no wrong in our eyes. And this was a god. Kobe was a god. And I believe we're all gods. This is a God who knew he was a God. And I'm not saying we are God. I'm saying we're all gods, plural. So if you can do the math, then do the math. If not, hate on it. That's just the way I feel. So the people who know they're gods really use that power. And he knew he was a God. I seen an interview the other day. He talking about Rob Pelinka, and my heart goes out to him too, because I know they're very close. And they're asking, oh, why don't you recruit for the Lakers? And Kobe's like, I'm not going to do your job for you. You didn't go out and score 40 points for me. So, you know, it doesn't make any sense. And I feel like we all got to live that way. And so when we look for answers, and I know that Sunday, it was quiet in LA. It was quiet in Orange County, because he lives in Orange County too. It was quiet in Southern California, because this man, we know what this man has done. And we know his impact and inspiration. Yeah, and what he did for our families, man, he brought us together. He was everything in LA. And that's why I'm wearing this shirt. That's why I'm repping Kobe forever. When he retired, we felt like it was a death. And for him to be gone, it's just surreal. And I don't even know him. And sometimes I wonder, like, man, I shouldn't be this sad about it. I don't know him, but I know him. You know him. We all are fans of him. So when I say all of us are gods, I mean embrace your God in you. So when I think about this tragedy, you try to figure out, make sense of it. You try to wonder, because I believe in a higher power. I'm not particularly religious, but I believe in a higher power, right? And you wonder, okay, I get it when like some superstars, they overdose. Like, I don't get it, but it's sad, but it happens because they were on a path of destruction. Michael Jackson, my other favorite man in the world, man. When Michael Jackson passed, it was very hard, but you kind of maybe saw it coming. He's old. We knew he wasn't right. Something was going on with him. With this one, it's just made us think like, okay, you can do everything right. You can work your ass off. You could still have your goals post-career, post his NBA, because for a lot of athletes, as we know, that's your glory years. Kobe's like, fuck that. That's not my glory years. I don't want to even be known as an athlete. I want to be known as a fucking writer, as a creator, as a father. He didn't give a shit about the NBA anymore. It's just a fucking inspiration to just switch your focus at any moment. You can just, everything he did, he went all out. He didn't half-ass anything. And so when we think about why this happened, we're never going to figure out why this happened. Like, exponentially, spiritual, we're just not going to understand. But if we can use it for anything, and when I think about it happening in January of 2020, the beginning of a decade, where all of us are thinking in our mind, this is going to be a different decade for us. I'm going to stop doing the bullshit I was doing last decade. I'm going to stop fucking up like that. I'm going to start working harder. I'm going to start getting focused. I'm going to start living my dream and focusing on my goals. When we're all thinking that collectively, and the man who embodied that the most passes away, maybe we can look at that as God or a higher power or the universe telling us, look, keep going, go hard, focus like if you never focused before. No distractions. Whatever pain you're going through, keep fucking going. Put one foot in front of the other, like Kobe said, and put a smile on your face. You know what I'm saying? Just keep going hard. Don't care about what anybody thinks about you. Did Kobe ever care about what anybody thought about him? No. He was polarizing. And that's what makes this even more devastating. Because when you're polarizing, that means half the world hates you, half the world loves you. But when you die and you're polarizing, everybody loves you now. Because you made them feel something. You made them feel something. I just want to, I don't want to do too much. I want to shout out to everybody in Cerritos. Shout out to everybody in Southern California, Long Beach, LA, Crenshaw, everywhere. Like, everybody in Southern California. San Diego too as well, bro. Shout out to all y'all because we're all going through it. And people are not going to understand. They're not like, man, you still thinking about that? It's weird because this one's going to linger. This one is definitely going to linger. And we're all wondering, why is it not feeling better the next day? I got shit to do. Everybody got shit to do in their lives. But this one is on our minds 24/7. And the other blessing, other than us being motivated to fucking do our damn thing and focus on our goals this year, the other blessing is we're talking to each other. People I haven't heard from since elementary school, since high school, since college. Everybody's hitting each other up and giving each other condolences like it was our family member. Because this is LA. He was our family member. We all loved him. Everybody, every walk of life, black, white, Asian, Christian, Hindu, Jewish, any religion, any culture. I don't give a fuck. If you lived in LA, you either hated him or you loved him. And I guarantee you 75% loved this man. And it's just the tragedy of it all. And his daughter was going to be a superstar. We just saw LeBron. I don't even want to talk about the daughter because I feel like I would do her an injustice by not knowing enough about her, but still knowing, we all know she was going to be a superstar. I feel for the pilot. I feel because they're saying he was experienced. They're saying he was his normal pilot for 20 years. I saw an interview with the former pilot, and the former pilot was more sad about this pilot passing away because this pilot, he knew Kobe. He didn't know so well, but Kobe was always cordial. And check out the interview with the pilot who was his first pilot, Kobe's first pilot. And he took a helicopter every day. We can't judge that either. If you're used to doing something, I was thinking like, yo, is money killing people? Is because you got too much money? But I don't really think that though. He wasn't shitting on people. He wasn't like bragging, oh, I got a helicopter. He was actually like, yo, he didn't like to talk about it. I know there's interviews here and there where he talked about it, but he didn't like to talk about it, him taking a helicopter. He did it out of necessity. If you saw where he said it was to come back and see his daughters, it wasn't a money situation. He wasn't trying to stunt. And it's just a tragic situation overall. And for me and my family, we're always going to remember Kobe because that's who we bonded over. When I got expelled out of school that month, and I was just depressed, bro, super depressed. I'm going to school, to the continuation school, after going to the highest magnet school. That's depressing. And I'm like mad young, but going to that game changed my whole life. It changed my whole life because I saw this man score 81 points with nothing. We've never seen done. It's like anything is possible. This man averaged 36 points that year and brought me and my mom close together, like more than anything. Me and my mom bonded over that. We weren't getting along necessarily at that time. Everybody was unhappy at that time. We took pictures. We took selfies before there were selfies. You know what I'm saying? We're cheesing. Those pictures are still on the walls because that was one of those days that me and my mom bonded. We saw history because of you, Kobe Bryant. Because of you, Kobe Bryant. The other thing I think this taught our world, our universe, is the fragility of life. We could be gone like this. So we're all reaching out to one another because Kobe wasn't thinking he was going to die that day. We're all reaching out to each other like, I love you. I told everybody I love them. You know what I'm saying? Because you just don't know when it's your time. Because for this one, we can't say it's karma. We can't say it's this or that. This one was a freak accident. You gotta tell the people around you that you love them, because you never know when it's your time. And you don't want to know when it's your time. So live your life to the fullest. Live unapologetically. No guilt. No shame. If you fucked up in your past, if you did anything wrong in your past, what you supposed to do? Beat yourself up for the rest of your fucking life? No, you gotta move the fuck on. You gotta live with no regrets. Mistakes are mistakes for a reason, because you didn't do it on purpose. You didn't know what the outcome would be, but you learn from it. Our intentions are always pure at the time. So don't beat yourself up. Move on. Keep carrying on. No sadness. If you feel sad, embrace your sadness and move on from that. There's no time to live fake. Kobe never lived fake. Kobe lived authentically himself. So rest in peace to Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace to Gigi. She was going to be a superstar in the WNBA. And it's just sad. Prayers for Vanessa, because this is the biggest tragedy we've seen, at least for our generation. This is the biggest tragedy of our generation. God bless. Love you guys. Dear Kobe.